Dumps. In the enamel. A colored shiny substance applied to metal, glass, or pottery for decoration or protection. Escalate. Increase rapidly. Exceedingly. Extremely, very. Farmland. Land used for farming. Genealogy. A line of descent traced continuously from an ancestor. Giggle. Laugh lightly in a nervous or silly way. Grammatical. Relating to or following the rules of grammar. Haitian. A person from Haiti. Handgun. A gun designed for use with one hand. Heresy. Belief or opinion that goes against traditional religious doctrine. Herpes. A disease caused by a virus affecting the skin, often with blisters, or the nervous system. Hipster. Informal, a person who follows the latest trends and fashions. Hostess. A female host. Iceberg. A large mass of ice floating in the sea. Ignite. Catch fire or set on fire. Illumination. Lighting or light. Ingenious. Clever, original, and inventive. Inquisition. A period of long and intensive questioning or investigation. Ist. An obsessive, typically indiscriminate, collector or fan. Jab. Poke someone or something roughly or quickly with a sharp or pointed object. Landfill. The disposal of waste material by burying it. Learner. A person who is learning a subject or skill. Lighten. Make or become lighter in weight. Maroon. A dark brownish red color. Marxism. The political and economic theories of Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels, later developed by their followers as the basis for communism. Masonry. Stonework. Moor. A member of a Muslim people of NW Africa. Muffin. A small spongy cake with a rounded top. Nigger. Offense of a black person. Obi. A broad sash worn around the waist of a Japanese kimono. Oily. Containing, covered with, or soaked in oil. Outspoken. Frank and direct. Palate. The roof of the mouth, separating the cavities of the mouth and nose and vertebrates. Pancake. A thin, flat cake of batter, fried and turned in a pan. Parkway. A highway or main road with trees, grass, etc., planted alongside. Pedestal. The base or support on which a statue or column is mounted. Pedigree. The record of an animal's origins, showing that all the animals from which it is descended are of the same breed. Pinpoint. Find or identify exactly. Pip. Brit. Pluto. The most remote known planet of the solar system, ninth in order from the Sun. Ponder. Consider something carefully. Prowess. Skill or expertise in a particular activity or field. Ramen. Quick cooking noodles. Rattle. Make or cause to make a rapid series of short, sharp knocking sounds. Recycle. Convert waste into reusable material. Repent. Feel or express sincere regret or remorse about something bad or wrong that one has done. Revert. Return to a previous state, condition, or subject. Saliva. A watery liquid produced by glands in the mouth, helping chewing, swallowing, and digestion. Senseless. Lacking meaning, purpose, or common sense. Shortcut. An alternative route that is shorter than the one usually taken. Sikh. A member of a religion, Sikhism/Sikhism/ that has one god and was founded in the Punjab in the 15th century by Guru Nanak. Slay. Old use or literary kill a person or animal in a violent way. Synth. Informal a synthesizer. Takeoff. An act of becoming airborne. Tat. Make knotted lace by hand with a small shuttle. Treadmill. A device used for exercise, consisting of a continuous moving belt on which to walk or run. Unavoidable. Not able to be avoided or prevented, inevitable. Unilateral. Performed by or affecting only one person, group, etc. Vie. Compete eagerly with others in order to do or achieve something. Wasp. A stinging winged insect that typically nests in complex colonies and has a black and yellow striped body. Watermelon. A large melon-like fruit with smooth green skin, red pulp, and watery juice. Westward. Toward the west. Een. The passive female principle of the universe. Adjective. A word used to describe a noun, such as sweet, red, or technical. Amnesia. Loss of memory. Appellate. Law of a court dealing with appeals. Ascension. The action of rising in status. Aspirin. A medicine used in tablet form to relieve pain and reduce fever and inflammation. Bard. Old use or literary poet. Benevolent. Well-meaning and kindly. Bestseller. A book or other product that sells in very large numbers. Bog. An area of soft, wet, muddy ground. Bombardment. An act of bombarding. Borderline. A boundary. Bungalow. A house with only one story. Burglar. A person who commits burglary. Capitalize. Capitalize on, take advantage of. Charisma. Attractiveness or charm that can inspire admiration or enthusiasm in other people. Classmate. A fellow member of one's school or college class. Cognition. The process of obtaining knowledge through thought, experience, and the senses. Cooker. Brit. Cornish. Relating to Cornwall. Coupe. A sports car with a fixed roof, 2 doors, and a sloping rear. Cylindrical. Having the shape of a cylinder. Deceptive. Giving an impression different from the true one, misleading. Deem. Formal regard or consider something in a particular way. Devastation. The action of destroying something or the state of being destroyed. Devout. Deeply religious. Disproportionate. Too large or too small in comparison with something else. Divisive. Causing disagreement or hostility between people or groups. Ebony. Heavy blackish or very dark brown wood from a tree of tropical and warm regions. Embryo. An unborn animal in the process of development, especially an unborn human being in the first 8 weeks from fertilization of the egg. Erratic. Not happening at regular times or following a regular pattern, unpredictable. Fong. A large sharp tooth, especially aconine tooth of a dog or wolf. Fiesta. In Spanish-speaking regions, a religious festival. Folly. Lack of good sense, foolishness. Hardwood. The wood from broad-leaved trees as opposed to that of conifers. Highness. His, her, your highness, a title given to a person of royal rank, or used in addressing them. Hindsight. Understanding of a situation or event after it has happened. Homophobia. An extreme and irrational hatred or fear of homosexuality and homosexuals. Indifference. Lack of interest, concern, or sympathy. Indispensable. Absolutely necessary. Infirmary. A hospital or place set aside for the care of sick or injured people. Inflict. Cause someone to suffer something unpleasant. Inhibit. Hinder or restrict an action or process. Interstellar. Occurring or situated between stars. Involuntary. Done without conscious control. Itchy. Having or causing an itch. Junta. A military or political group that rules a country after taking power by force. Latch. A bar with a catch and lever used for fastening a door or gate. Libel. The crime of publishing a false statement that is damaging to a person's reputation. Ligament. A short band of tough, flexible fibrous tissue that connects 2 bones or cartilages or holds together a joint. Likeness. The fact of being alike, resemblance. Lofty. Tall and impressive. Loom. A piece of equipment for weaving fabric. Loom. Appear as a vague shape, especially one that is large or threatening. Ludicrous. Absurd, ridiculous. Maize. Technical or chiefly British term for corn, sense one. Malice. The desire to harm someone. Munitions. Military weapons, ammunition, equipment, and stores. Myrtle. An evergreen shrub with glossy leaves and white flowers followed by purple-black berries. Originality. The ability to think independently or creatively. Ornamental. Acting or intended as an ornament, decorative. Parlor. Dated a sitting room. Pebble. A small stone made smooth and round by the action of water or sand. Pharmacist. A person qualified to prepare and dispense medicinal drugs. Picky. Informal, fussy. Populace. Public, people, nation, common people, masses, multitude, rank and file, informal John Q. Public, derogatory hoi polloi, rabble, riffraff. Pricey. Informal, expensive. Prized. Highly valued. Profiling. The analysis of a person's psychological and behavioral characteristics. Psychedelic. Of drugs, producing hallucinations. Radiator. A thing that radiates light, heat, or sound. Rector. In an Anglican church, a member of the clergy in charge of a parish. Regal. Relating to or fit for a monarch, especially in being magnificent or dignified. Relativity. The state of being relative in comparison to something else. Ridicule. The use of language to make fun of someone or something in an unkind way. Rocker. A person who performs or enjoys rock music. Sculptor. An artist who makes sculptures. Sheen. A soft shine on a surface. Sincerity. The quality of being genuine and truthful. Sinful. Wicked and immoral. Slander. The action or crime of making untrue statements that damage a person's reputation. Sleek. Of hair or fur, smooth and glossy. Slew. Informal, a large number or quantity. Slew. Turn or slide violently or uncontrollably. Sling. A sweetened drink of liquor, especially gin, and water. Sling. Hang or carry loosely. Sturgeon. A very large river or sea fish with bony plates on the body, from whose roe caviar is made. Subpoena. A written order instructing a person to attend a court of law. Syllabus. The subjects covered in a course of study or teaching. Taiwanese. A person from Taiwan. Textual. Relating to a text or texts. Toad. A tailless amphibian with a short stout body and short legs. Unaffected. Feeling or showing no effects. Undeniable. Unable to be denied or questioned. Upstate. And adverb in or to a part of a state remote from its large cities. Vigilant. Keeping careful watch for possible danger or difficulties. visitation. An official or formal visit. Viva. Long live. Used to express praise or support. Washer. A person or device that washes. Wick. A strip of porous material up which liquid fuel is drawn to the flame in a candle, lamp, or lighter. Worldly. Relating to material things rather than spiritual ones. Additive. A substance added to something to improve or preserve it. Adept. Very good at doing something, skilled. Advantageous. Good or useful in a particular situation. Arrow. Relating to air. Afloat. And adverb 1 floating in water. Alteration. A change or modification. Annoyance. The feeling or state of being annoyed. Anon. Old use or informal soon, shortly. Ante. A stake put up by a player in poker and similar games before receiving cards. Ante. Before, preceding. Archipelago. A group of many islands. Bloated. Swollen with fluid or gas. Blooming. Brit. Bonfire. An open-air fire lit to burn trash or as a celebration. Bullpen. An enclosure for bulls. Canine. Relating to or resembling a dog or dogs. Carver. A person or tool that carves. Causal. Relating to or being a cause of something. Cheerleader. A person belonging to a group that performs organized chanting and dancing in support of a team at a sports event. Citadel. A fortress protecting or overlooking a city. Colonialism. The practice of acquiring control over another country, occupying it with settlers, and exploiting it economically. Compromising. Revealing an embarrassing or incriminating secret. Corvette. A small warship designed for convoy escort duty. Dashboard. The panel of instruments and controls facing the driver of a vehicle. Deficient. Not having enough of a particular quality or ingredient. Degenerate. Become worse, deteriorate. Demonic. Relating to or resembling demons or evil spirits. Deterrent. A thing that discourages or is intended to discourage someone from doing something. Disdain. The feeling that someone or something does not deserve one's consideration or respect. Disgraceful. Shockingly unacceptable. Doggy. Relating to or like a dog. Dole. Registered as unemployed and receiving benefits from the government. Dun. A dull grayish-brown color. Done. Persistently demand that someone repays a debt. Eerie. Strange and frightening. Excursion. A short journey or trip, especially one taken for leisure. exponential. Of an increase, becoming more and more rapid. Farce. A comic play involving ridiculously improbable situations and events. Fling. Throw something forcefully. Frantic. Distraught with fear, anxiety, or other emotion. Fudge. A soft candy made from sugar, butter, and milk or cream. Glide. Move with a smooth, quiet, continuous motion. Grieve. Feel intense sorrow, especially as a result of someone's death. Grudge. A long-lasting feeling of resentment or dislike. Hairstyle. A way in which someone's hair is cut or arranged. Handwritten. Written with a pen or pencil. Harmonic. Relating to or characterized by harmony. Heartless. Lacking any pity for others, very unkind or unfeeling. Hectic. Full of frantic activity. Holistic. Treating the whole person rather than just the symptoms of a disease. Informant. A person who gives information to someone else. Inhabit. Live in or occupy a place. Intrusive. Unwelcome or uninvited and causing disturbance or annoyance. Invoke. Appeal to someone or something as an authority or in support of an argument. Jackass. A stupid person. Joyous. Chiefly literary, full of happiness and joy. Kiwi. A flightless, tailless New Zealand bird with hair like feathers and a long down-curved bill. Limo. Informal, a limousine. Lulu. Informal, an outstanding example of a particular type of person or thing. Lunchtime. The time when lunch is eaten. Lux. The SI unit of illumination. Mace. Trademark, an irritant chemical used in an aerosol to disable attackers. Malignant. Harmful or evil. Mane. A growth of long hair on the neck of a horse, lion, or other mammal. Mascara. A cosmetic for darkening and thickening the eyelashes. Maverick. An unconventional or gender-dependent minded person. Mend. Restore something to its correct or working condition. Migraine. A throbbing headache, typically affecting one side of the head and often accompanied by nausea and disturbed vision. Millennial. Relating to a millennium. Mitt. A mitten. Molten. Liquefied by heat. Monsoon. A seasonal wind in the region of the Indian subcontinent and SE Asia, bringing rain when blowing from the southwest. Montage. The technique of putting together separate photos or sections of filmed or videotaped images to form a composite whole. Negligent. Failing to take proper care in doing something. Nil. Nothing, zero. Opioid. A compound resembling opium. Optimize. Make the best use of a situation or resource. Penetrating. Able to make a way through or into something. Persuasion. The process of persuading someone or of being persuaded. Plaid. Fabric woven in a checkered or tartan design. Playback. The replaying of previously recorded sound or moving images. Plush. A rich fabric of silk, cotton, or wool, with a long, soft nap. Precedence. The state of coming before other people or things in order or importance. Pristine. In its original condition, unspoiled. Prognosis. A forecast, especially of the likely course of a medical condition. Racket. A loud unpleasant noise. Retrieval. The process of getting something back from somewhere. Roundabout. Not following a direct route, circuitous. Saline. Containing salt. Scarcely. Only just. Siemens. Physics, the SI unit of conductance. Smoky. Producing, filled with, or like smoke. Spade. A tool with a rectangular metal blade and a long handle, used for digging. Steroid. Any of a large class of organic compounds that include certain hormones and vitamins. Temperate. Of a region or climate, having mild temperatures. Thematic. Arranged according to subject or relating to a subject. Threesome. A group of 3 people. Toaster. An electrical device for making toast. Treble. Consisting of 3 parts. Treble. A high-pitched voice, especially a boy's singing voice. Turquoise. A greenish-blue or sky-blue semi-precious stone. Ultraviolet. Electromagnetic radiation having a wavelength just shorter than that of violet light but longer than that of X-rays. Unbiased. Showing no prejudice, pure. Uncanny. Strange or mysterious. Underdog. A competitor thought to have little chance of winning a fight or contest. Ungrateful. Not feeling or showing gratitude. Untreated. Not given medical care. Vowel. A speech sound in which the mouth is open and the tongue is not touching the top of the mouth, the teeth, or the lips. Weirdo. Informal, a strange or eccentric person. Weld. Join metal parts together by heating the surfaces to the point of melting and pressing or hammering them together. Werewolf. In folklore, a person who periodically changes into a wolf, typically when there is a full moon. Wrongful. Not fair, just, or legal. Alligator. A large reptile similar to a crocodile but with a broader and shorter head. Amends. Do something to show that one regrets a wrong or unfair action. Antagonist. An open opponent or enemy of someone or something. Approximation. An approximate figure or result. Aromatic. Having a pleasant for a full orchestra. Adapt, set, score, orchestrate. Attendance. Pay special attention to someone to try to win their support. Baroque. Relating to a highly decorated style of European architecture, art, and music of the 17th and 18th centuries. Binder. A cover for holding magazines or loose papers together. Blindly. As if blind. Brig. A two-masted square-rigged ship. Buggy. Infested with bugs. Buggy. Historical. A light horse-drawn vehicle for one or two people. Canonical. Accepted as being authentic or established as a standard. Ceasefire. A temporary period when fighting is stopped. Celery. A plant with crisp juicy stalks, eaten in salads or as a vegetable. Characterize. Describe the character of someone or something. Chinatown. A district of Anan. Couture. The design and manufacture of fashionable clothes to a client's specific requirements. Croatian. A person from Croatia. Cutie. An attractive or endearing person. Dab. A small North Atlantic flatfish. Dab. Press something lightly with a cloth or sponge. Deserts. The reward or punishment that a person deserves. Dissatisfaction. Lack of satisfaction. Dodgy. Brit. Earthly. Relating to the earth or human life. Elective. Relating to or appointed by election. Ethos. The characteristic spirit and attitudes of a culture, era, or community. Eureka. A cry of joy or satisfaction when one finds or discovers something. Exec. Informal and executive, businessperson. Eyewitness. A person who has seen something happen and can give a first-hand description of it. Fag. Informal, derogatory, a male homosexual. Fleeting. Lasting for a very short time. Forfeit. Lose or be deprived of property or a right as a penalty for a fault or mistake. Foundry. Foundries, a workshop or factory for casting metal. Fro. CTO and FRO at 2. Furnishings. Furniture and fittings in a room or building. Giraffe. A large 549 give African mammal with a very long neck and legs, the tallest living animal. Grinder. A machine or tool that grinds. Gunman. A man who uses a gun to commit a crime or terrorist act. Hardcover. Another term for hardback. 591 hardship hard disk, also hard drive. Hinge. Movable joint or mechanism by which a door, gate, or lid opens and closes or that connects linked objects. Intra. On the inside, within. Jock. Informal for an enthusiast or participant in a particular sport or other activity. Manic. Relating to a mental illness characterized by an overactive imagination and excited activity. Medina. The old quarter of a North African town. Meek. Quiet, gentle, and submissive. Mellow. Pleasantly smooth or soft in sound, taste, or color. Melon. A large round fruit with sweet pulpy flesh and many seeds. Miscarriage. The early and unplanned expulsion of a fetus from the womb, before it is able to survive independently. Mojo. A magic charm or spell. Nip. A small quantity or sip of liquor. Nip. Pinch or bite someone or something sharply. Oblivion. The state of being unaware of what is happening around one. Ornament. An object designed to make something look more attractive but usually having no practical purpose. Outpatient. A patient who goes to a hospital for treatment without staying overnight. Pamphlet. A small booklet or leaflet containing information about a particular subject. Perish. Literary die, especially in a violent or sudden way. Pervert. Change the original form or meaning of something so that it is no longer what it should be. Pharaoh. A ruler in ancient Egypt. Philanthropy. The practice of helping other people, especially by giving money to good causes. Photon. Physics, a particle representing a quantum of light or other electromagnetic radiation. Potion. A liquid with healing, magical, or poisonous properties. Preparedness. A state of readiness, especially for war. Primal. At a very primitive or early stage of development, primeval. Psychopath. A person suffering from a serious mental disorder that causes them to commit violent or antisocial acts. Quid. A lump of chewing tobacco. Receptive. Able or willing to receive something. Reindeer. A deer with large branching antlers, native to the northern tundra and subarctic regions. Relapse. Of a sick or injured person, become ill again after a period of improvement. Relish. Great enjoyment. Rendezvous. A meeting at an agreed time and place. Reversible. Able to be returned to an original state or position. Rowan. A small tree with white flowers and red berries. Saharan. Relating to the Sahara Desert in North Africa. Scumbag. Informal, a hated or unpleasant person. Shred. A strip of material that has been torn, cut, or scraped from something larger. Sideline. An activity done in addition to a person's main job. Simplistic. Treating complex issues and problems as simpler than they really are. Skincare. The use of cosmetics to care for the skin. Supervise. Observe and direct the performance of a task or the work of a person. Syllable. A unit of pronunciation having one vowel sound and forming all or part of a word, e.g., butter has two syllables. Synod. An official meeting of the ministers and other members of a Christian church. Takeaway. Brit. Treacherous. Not loyal or able to be trusted. Untold. Too much or too many to be counted. Voicemail. A centralized electronic system that can store messages from telephone callers. Volt. The SI unit of electromotive force, the difference of potential that would carry 1 ampere of current against a resistance of 1 ohm. Allocate. Give or distribute something. Barb. A sharp backward-pointing part of the head of an arrow, a fishhook, etc., that makes it difficult to remove from something it has pierced. Bastion. A projecting part of a fortification allowing an increased angle of fire. Bey. Historical, the governor of a province in the Ottoman Empire. Biopsy. An examination of tissue taken from the body, to discover the presence, cause, or extent of a disease. Bolster. A long, firm pillow. Bray. Of a donkey, make a loud, harsh cry. Briefs. Short, close-fitting underpants. Chopper. A short axe with a large blade. Chunky. Of a person, short and sturdy. Cohesive. Forming a unified whole. Commando. A soldier specially trained for carrying out raids. Complication. A thing that complicates something, a difficulty. Contentious. Causing or likely to cause disagreement or controversy. Contra. Against, opposite. Crease. A line or ridge produced on paper or cloth by folding, pressing, or crushing. Denomination. A recognized branch of a church or religion. Digestion. The process of digesting food. Dissatisfied. Not content or happy. Donut. See donut. Embargo. An official ban, especially on trade or other commercial activity with a particular country. Embodiment. A physical or visible form of an idea or quality. Engraving. A print made from an engraved plate, block, or other surface. Explanatory. Intended to explain something. Filtration. The action of passing something through a filter. Gloom. Partial or total darkness. Goblin. A small, ugly, mischievous creature. Gunner. A person, especially in military service, who operates a gun. Hamster. A burrowing rodent with a short tail and large cheek pouches, native to Europe and North Asia, often kept as a pet. Hex. Short for hexadecimal. Hexa, also hex before a vowel. Hex. Cast a spell on someone. Hydra. A minute freshwater invertebrate animal with a tubular body and a ring of tentacles around the mouth. Hypocritical. Exhibiting hypocrisy. Illustrious. Famous and admired for past achievements. Incidental. Occurring in connection with or as a result of something else. Indigo. A dark blue dye obtained from a tropical plant. Instruct. Tell or order someone to do something. Intimidate. Hold on the interview with someone. Labyrinth. A complicated irregular network of passages or paths. Lac. A resinous substance produced by an Asian insect, the lac insect, used to make varnish, shellac, etc. Limbo. In some Christian beliefs, the place between heaven and hell where the souls of people who have not been baptized go when they die. Linger. Be slow or reluctant to leave. Lousy. Informal, very poor or bad. Luncheon. Formal lunch. Mailbox. A box for mail at the entrance to a person's house. Mammal. A warm-blooded vertebrate animal that has hair or fur, produces milk, and, typically, bears live young. Memorabilia. Objects kept or collected because of their associations with memorable people or events. Midterm. The middle of a period of office, an academic term, or a pregnancy. Midtown. The central part of a city between the downtown and uptown areas. Muzzle. The projecting part of an animal's face, including the nose and mouth. Nurture. Care for and protect someone or something while they are growing and developing. Oblivious. Not aware of what is happening around one. Ode. A poem addressed to a person or thing, or celebrating an event. Overt. Done or shown openly. Paisley. An intricate pattern on fabric, consisting of curved shapes resembling feathers. Patriarch. The male head of a family or tribe. Penthouse. An apartment on the top floor of a tall building. Perjury. The offense of deliberately telling a lie in a court of law when having sworn to be truthful. Pious. Deeply religious. Pious. A tiny dot or point. Prioritize. Treat something as most important. Proprietor. One the owner of a business. Quarrel. An angry argument or disagreement. Raider. A person who attacks an enemy or a building to commit a crime. Rebate. A partial refund to someone who has paid too much for tax, rent, etc. Resurgence. A case of becoming stronger or more popular again. Rooster. A male domestic fowl, a cock. Sanskrit. An ancient language of India, still used as a language of religion and scholarship. Scientology. Trademark a religious system based on the seeking of self-knowledge and spiritual fulfillment through courses of study and training.